I was a little bit worried about losing my speech here, so I decided to put my speech in an AP College Board AP Calculus folder on existence theorems. I figured nobody in their right mind would want to take that, so it's safe. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank the committee for the honor of being inducted into the Fremont Ross Athletic Hall of Fame with this great class of 2025. Congratulations to the other members in this class. Many I've had the privilege to either coach, be their teacher, or as a work colleague. It's great to see that all of you are finally getting the recognition you deserve. When Chad Byrne called me in the winter, I assumed he was just calling me to help him maybe run a winter tournament at the high school. The thought that he was calling me about the Hall of Fame didn't even enter my mind. When he told me, I was pretty darn speechless, and he can attest to that. To be included and remembered with so many great individuals and teams in Fremont Ross history is the ultimate compliment to my dedication, desire, and hard work over the 32 years of coaching basketball at Fremont Ross. My personal coaching career started as an 18-year-old at my alma mater in Bowling Green, Ohio. I started as a 7th grade basketball coach for 3 years, and then got promoted to being the freshman coach while being a student at BGSU as a math education. I look back and I think, what the heck was my head coach and mentor, Tom Rex, thinking of for hiring somebody so young to be in those positions at that period of time? I was very fortunate. He saw something in me. I got to play for him, I got to coach with him, and along with the other coaches I had at Bowling Green, that helped establish my coaching philosophy, along with many of the values that I still hold today. Upon graduating from BGSU, I was hired as a math teacher for Fremont City Schools and became the junior varsity coach, which I served that position for 5 years. After my 4th season, the head basketball position came up, and I applied for the position and finished runner-up, even though I'd been running the summer program. The committee wanted somebody with head coaching experience, and it took to the end of July before they finally found a teaching position for this candidate. People say I should leave Fremont, gain coaching experience somewhere else, and then we could always come back. But Fremont was our home. It's our community. I felt that coaching JVs in Fremont was better experience than going elsewhere. Well, 9 months later, the boys' position was open again, and after leading the JVs to a championship season, I was offered the job. Since the average life expectancy for a boys' basketball coach in Fremont at that time was about 3 years, some people thought I was crazy to be a 27-year-old and wanting to be the head coach at Fremont Ross. Our school hadn't won a league title in 43 years, had a winning percentage of only 35% over that period of time, with only a few winning seasons. I think Art Bucci was about the only other person who believed that boys basketball could be successful in Fremont. And I thank Art and appreciate his long-term support of me for not only myself, but for all of Fremont Ross athletes. Fortunately, success came quickly for us on the basketball court. By the 2nd season, we finished 2nd in the GLL, won our first District 1 championship since 1930, and over the first 11 years, our teams won 4 league or conference titles, 6 sectional championships, 1 district title, and averaged 14 wins per season back when we only had 20 regular season games. We were ranked as high as 11th in the AP state poll for Division I. Unfortunately, finances in public school and in Fremont became an issue for our athletic department. Paid participation came, and our student athletes at first had to pay $375 per season. We lost 20% of our potential players in our program that did not come out that year. We didn't cut any players that season. Soon after, we moved our freshmen to the high school. We had 6 teams practice daily in a gym that also hosted wrestling meets, band and choir concerts, and served as a holding area for swim meets. We joined one of the toughest Division I conferences in the state in joining the track. Needless to say, I knew that being a head coach at Fremont Ross was no longer about the wins and losses. My job was to continue to focus on the educational experience on our student athletes, the well-being, and to be honest, at times that was tougher than winning championships. I still had high expectations. And I was even told by administration my expectations were too high for our situation. I was not going to let any other coach in our league work harder than me or care more about my team and program. That was the one thing I could control. I can honestly say that I dedicated most of my adult life to being the best teacher and coach I could be to represent our players, team, school, and community to the best way possible. Even though I received calls to apply to other school districts for head coaching and teaching positions, I never applied it anywhere. It was a tremendous honor to say I was the head coach of Fremont Ross, and I cherish the special relationships and memories formed along the way. Although my journey is complete and my name is on the plaque, this award is a collective success of all the great players, coaches, parents, and administrators that allowed me to be in the position that I love and to have as much success as we did. I'd like to thank all the individuals who were part of our success with the program. I'd also like to recognize Chuck Lindsay, my assistant, for about half of my career for being an instrumental part of our success. I always preach team to my players, and I'm lucky enough to have a great team of friends and family that I relied on heavily during my career. The families of the Detweilers, Shells, and Mufflers, along with the guidance of Alex Gorbetz, was an extremely important part of my Fremont team. The Billy Starwalt family and scholarship remain special to me. The Moore family represents all that is good about being a little giant. I have the honor of having 4 tables of family members supporting me here tonight with my mother, 4 of my siblings, several nephews, along with many of my in-laws. I appreciate and value their unconditional love and support over the years. However, it is my Fremont Gedeon team that I have to give the most recognition. My children, Alexis, Jack, Ella, and Ben, grew up in the Purple Pit. Fremont Ross is all they've ever known, and they didn't want to leave Fremont growing up. We have a little giant painted on our garage door. Our basement is known as its own Purple Pit. My mom made a hand-sewn king-size quilt on our bed that has the many championships and camp t-shirts that we had over the years. Heck, even my dryer lint's purple. Coming to practice in car seats or in a backpack, running around the stage, getting locked in lockers, pulling the fire alarm during a walkthrough at the ACT test was going on, watching movies in my office, running the scoreboard, going scouting with me, watching hundreds and hundreds of games, interacting with the players and staff, and even to have 2 sons play for me was amazing. I regret all the times that I missed their games and activities because of my involvement with the basketball program. But I cherish the time I did get to spend with them, and the only thing better than being called coach is being called dad. I love them dearly to infinity and beyond. As everybody knows, behind a good man is an even better woman, an amazing woman. I could not have attempted to have the coaching career without my wife, Mindy. The year-round commitment I made to coaching and to teaching involved going way beyond the traditional 40-hour work week. She was also a highly successful teacher who often had to raise 4 children while being my rock of stability. Trust me, I had to lean on her quite a bit over the years. She has been with me since elementary school to retirement, from tough losses to winning championships. She has been with me every step of the way. I was fortunate to be part of many wins in my career, but winning her was the best thing of all. Thank you for earning this award.
Way to go, Mark! Good writing, good writing. Good job, Mark.
I love you to the moon and back. In conclusion, being the head coach of Fremont Ross was the greatest professional honor I could have. To say to other coaches and people around the state that I coached at Fremont Ross meant something special. The history, the tradition, the players, and the people that made this community and school system unique, I am very proud to be part of. There is only one school with the mascot of the Little Giant. We are uniquely special. As the saying goes, once a little giant, always a little giant, is so true. I am privileged to be a small part of the Little Giant community, and I thank everyone for their support in achieving this award.
Yeah.